Hey, Tim from Zen Birds here. I'm pretty excited this morning. Woke up, a beautiful day, fired up the birdmobile, and headed down to Sullivan Park here in Madison County, New York. It's just our local town park, but you can see some birds here. You can kind of take a look around. Spring has finally sprung. It took a long time, it seemed like. But it's pretty much empty. I mean, I'm going to have this place mostly to myself. I don't know if you can see over here, but you know, there's some randos, dog walkers, joggers, that kind of thing. But for the most part, it's just me, and I'm really looking forward to what we might see today. So let's get going. So just heading into the park trail here to go back in a little deeper, and I run into this song sparrow. You can kind of hear it. Of course, when I need it, that's my life. It just won't sing now, but. There you go. So in any case, I'll try and get a picture of it, and fingers crossed it won't fly off before I get there. So we're about to come up on this little trail, part of the trail that we call Bird Junction. I think we're probably the only people who call it that. There's not many birders in this park, at least that I've seen. Usually, you know, you never know what you're going to find here. Big in the wintertime for sledding, stuff like that, skiing. You know, you might see someone walking along drinking beer. I've seen that before. Sometimes, weirdly, this winter, there was this guy we saw a couple times in his pajamas. It was like 20 degrees out, and he was in his pajamas and slippers just walking along the park. We saw him 2-3 weeks in a row, and it was kind of strange, but so this is one of those parks. You never know what you're going to get. In any case, we're about to head up to Bird Junction, and hopefully we'll see some birds there. So Bird Junction was kind of a bust, but I'm up top of this hill where there's kind of a clear area, and you can kind of see, you know, around me, kind of a good place for birds, and you can hear them. You can definitely hear birds, but because I suck at identifying bird song, I have no idea what they are. I guess I need to work on that a little bit. You hear that sound? Pretty cool, right? That's a male cardinal. He's right up here in this tree. I don't know if I'll be able to get a good shot of him or not, but yeah, love that sound. So what have I seen so far? Well, I saw a song sparrow coming in. That was cool. I've seen cardinal, beautiful cardinal. That was great. I've seen red-winged blackbirds. They're everywhere. And they kind of have an interesting story, red-winged blackbirds. In our area, central New York, they are really a good sign of spring. And what's really cool is that the males come in like early, like they come in ahead of the females, and they kind of like sit up on top of like posts and cattails to kind of stake their claim on their territory for breeding. And then the females come in, you know, several weeks later, and when they come in, you'll see them down like in the brushy stuff, right, like the underbrush. And they're, you know, like foraging for food and, you know, making nesting space, that kind of stuff. So when you start to see the red-winged blackbirds, and especially the female red-winged blackbirds, spring is here. Okay, I'm going to head down the hill, and we're going to go back through Bird Junction to get to the pond, which is kind of around the back end of the park. So let's get going. So when I was walking up around the corner here to Bird Junction, saw like 6 vultures overhead. I don't know if that's a sign for what the day is going to look like or not, but they were there. And then when I came around here, I saw a red-bellied woodpecker up in a tree back here. So that was pretty cool too. But not super birdie yet. Saw robin. I mean, you know, robins are everywhere. That's no big deal, but the search continues. You know, about 10 years or so ago, I decided to run a half marathon. Now, I am probably the least athletic, sportsy guy I know. I just don't get into that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I figured let's give it a shot. So every day for like 6 months, my wife Melissa and I woke up. We went out, went running to train for this marathon, and it was the absolutely most miserable 6 months of my life. Now, if you're into that kind of thing, that's great. If you're a runner, fantastic. But you don't have to go out and run 5 miles every day to just get out there, right? And that's what I like about birding. A morning like this, it helps center your day. You take a few minutes, maybe if you've got 20 minutes, you take 20 minutes. You go listen to the birds, look for birds. It's better than running. So here's the thing, this really isn't that big a park. I mean, you could walk the entire thing in like 10 minutes. I mean, there's like 2 trails. It's not complicated. But there are all these arrows everywhere on like how to get out, which leads me to wonder, who has gotten lost in Sullivan Park? Is there like somebody who's been like lost here and surviving on wild berries for a week? I have no idea, but apparently, it's a big concern. Don't get lost in Sullivan Park. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to make them out behind me or not, but I'll get a picture of them. We're here at the lake, and we have 4 hooded mergansers and a couple of mallards. The hooded mergansers are pretty cool. Depending on the time of year, you know, their appearance shape changes, right? So, like, you know, if it's breeding or non-breeding, and also their maturity level. But in any case, they're a pretty cool looking bird. Today, these are non-breeding males. And they've got like the back of their head. It's like they kind of look like they partied with Metallica last night and have a severe case of bedhead today. So kind of a cool looking bird, and nice to see him here this morning. So I was just about to pack it in when this red-tailed hawk landed in this tree behind me. A pretty common hawk, but still, it's just great to see these things. I guess I would have had a longer chance to look at it, but this lady came by with her dog, and she had like a portable radio on, blaring country music as loud as she could, so kind of scared it off. But I got to see it, and you'll get to see it because I got some pictures, so cool find. So I have to go to work, and that's going to about do it for today, but let's go through the list of things that I saw today. I saw a song sparrow, saw several song sparrows actually. We saw robins, of course. We saw a cardinal, a beautiful cardinal. Red-winged blackbird, another beautiful bird, but you know, after you see it 1,000 times in the spring, it kind of gets old. Still, beautiful bird. We saw vultures. I saw, oh my God, a lot of vultures. It actually has me a little concerned. That's okay. We saw juncos. We saw, what else did we see? We saw the hooded merganser, we saw a few mallards, we saw a red-tailed hawk, and I'm sure I'm missing some other birds that we saw too. But here's the point. I was out here about an hour. I wish I could be here longer, but I don't have time. And that's okay. You know, you don't even need an hour. You could take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a half hour, whatever you have. Get out there. You don't have to go far. This is just a local park here in Chittenango, New York. Go out there. Pay attention to what's going on around you, take a little walk, and you might just see some birds that are pretty cool. Okay? Well, thanks for watching. If you want more information about birds and birding resources, take a look at our website, zenofbirds.com. But otherwise, have a good one. We'll see you soon.